All right, Larry Krueger doing this the old-fashioned way here at Levi's Stadium. Packed house here at practice today. 49ers practiced, and we just walked out a minute ago, and a lot of interesting things today. We got a chance to see Trent Williams and Brandon Aiyuk practicing. I thought they both labored through practice. I really did. I thought Trent looked gassed, but I thought Aiyuk really looked gassed. Now, wide receivers, of course, got to do a lot more running. But, you know, Aiyuk was drenched in sweat, and he had one ball on the sidelines that he dropped, and he was mad at himself, and he's covered in sweat. It's a reminder that, you know what, there's nothing that replaces camp reps. There's nothing that replaces practice reps. And you can shortchange the thing and cut it short and, you know, do what you need to do to get the contract that you want to get. But then eventually you got to come to work. You got to put on the cleats, and you got to go out there, and you got to make it happen. But today, I thought both those guys labored through practice extensively. I thought they both looked like, I mean, not that they struggled that dramatically, but it just looked like they labored, especially Aiyuk. He just looked gassed and tired out there, and he hasn't been out there in a long time, so it's not surprising. Kyle Shanahan did announce today that Brandon Allen is the number 2 quarterback instead of Josh Dobbs. I know this will surprise some people because you guys weren't at practice all summer, but the bottom line is Allen was better than Dobbs all summer. Dobbs was better than Allen, I think, if all you watched was the preseason. Why? Because Dobbs showed mobility in those games, and really I thought maybe slightly outplayed Allen, and had definitely more highlight plays and had more runs and showed that kind of dynamic running ability. And I think a lot of Niner fans, I'm sure, are going to react with, what? Brandon Allen, number 2? But it was never even really that close. I think Shanahan likes Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen had a great camp. I mean, I know a lot of you guys weren't here and didn't see all of camp, but man, Brandon Allen was fantastic in training camp. He's just on time. He's accurate. And the ball came out. His footwork in the pocket, he just looked really, really decisive. He was the much, much better player in camp. I mean, he clearly outplayed Dobbs in the practices. Now, in the games, if all you saw were the games, I think you might look at it and say, you know what? Dobbs and Allen were pretty close. I think overall, I would say it's pretty close. I think I like Tanner Mordecai more than both those guys, but obviously they're not going with the rookie, they're going with the veteran. And Allen knows this system better than Dobbs. He's been in this system longer than Dobbs. And so don't be surprised that Shanahan went with Allen. And I think if Shanahan, I don't think it's a 1-week thing either. I think Allen's going to be the number 2 guy, Dobbs is going to be the number 3 guy, at least for the foreseeable future. There was a report today on NBC Sports Bay Area that the 49ers back in 2022 when Brock was a rookie knew at the end of camp that there were several teams out there that would have claimed him off waivers. I thought that was one of the interesting stories of the day, that Brock would have been claimed off waivers. They knew it, and that's why they didn't pass him through waivers and just allowed him to, they didn't try to put him on the practice squad. They put him on the active roster, and they said, you know what, Sudfeld, we'll get rid of Sudfeld and we'll keep Purdy. So that came out today. I saw that was on NBC Sports Bay Area. As I mentioned, Trent Williams is back. The details on his deal, 2-year or a 3-year deal for $82.66 million, $48 million guaranteed at signing, $27.6 million cash in the first year. Trent, I'll say this: Trent looks to be in near game shape. He's just such a physically dominant player, and just watching him move out there, he still moves incredibly well at that size. I mentioned Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey's looking really good. I thought his practice today, he was looking explosive, running up and down the field. He doesn't seem like he has any ill effects from the calf injury. They did list it, surprisingly and kind of disturbingly, as calf/Achilles. So I know, that's always sobering to hear that. But Shanahan maintained that that's kind of been the injury all along, that it's a calf/Achilles. So that is something to keep an eye on, because a calf pull, no big deal. A calf strain, maybe only slightly bigger deal. A calf tear is a big deal. But an Achilles for a running back would be a major, major injury. And if it's even going in that direction, that's kind of scary. As we mentioned, Ricky Pearsall was here in civvies and sweats. He looked eager to return to the field. Kyle says that he's saying, "Hey, can I play against the Jets?" And Kyle's like, "No, you cannot play against the Jets." So he's going to be out a month, but he's really eager. And Kyle talked to us extensively about Ricky, just calling him one of the toughest guys that he's ever been around. Which, anybody who goes through something like this, I mean, how could you say anything other than that? I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, Saturday the guy was shot. Today he's on the practice field. I mean, it's just an absolutely miraculous situation that he's out there. And then Shanahan named his 8 captains today. His 8 captains are Bosa, Warner, Juice, Kittle, CMC, Purdy, Debo, and Trent. So the Niners have 8 captains, 8 pretty great players there. I mean, seriously, there's some outstanding. Some of the NFL's best players are the Niners captains right now. But Shanahan named his 8 captains. I think that's kind of going to be kind of like his leadership council. I think maybe in some ways his captains are his leadership council. Those will be the guys that he'll talk to when he wants to get a vibe for the room or decisions he wants to make with the team. He'll consult that leadership council, and I think often does. So on the Niners, that's what being a captain is all about. All right, that's going to do it from Levi's as we wrap it up. 49ers with a nice practice day here in Santa Clara. We got a chance to film some of it. Now we're going back. Check me out on KMBR at 4:50 with Tommy and Copes, and then check me out at 6 o'clock tonight on Niners Nightly on KMBR. We've got some great guests tonight. We get the voice, Bob Wischusen, the voice of the Jets, is going to stop by. The radio voice of the New York Jets is going to stop by, and we'll talk Jets with him. Their beat writer from ESPN.com, Rich Cimini, is going to stop by as well right at 6 o'clock. Big night. And then later on tonight, Dieter's in the house, 9 o'clock for the Krug Show, Thursday night edition with Dietz. In between there, I'm going to watch a little high school football, go Northgate, smoke Campolindo. I'm still bitter that Campolindo ran it up on my son's team a couple years ago, Northgate, in the varsity level. Didn't like seeing that. I hope Northgate freshmen slap around Campolindo. Now, but good luck to both sides, but go Northgate. Go Broncos! All right, that does it for us. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. Go get the brisket chili. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Tell them that Larry Krueger sent you. And also, thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles along the Monterey Peninsula, Anthony Catania, my good friend. If you're a sports card enthusiast, a collectible enthusiast, go check out Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles in Pacific Grove along the Monterey Peninsula, and go say hi to Anthony Catania. And thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krug Show. We'll see you later today on KMBR with Tommy and Copes, and then again at 6 on KMBR with Niners Nightly, and then tonight on the Krug Show with Dieter. A busy day in Niner land for sure.